Pennsylvania, the distance between small towns may be only a few dozen miles, but the difference can feel like two completely separate worlds. On one side, there are towns that once thrived on industry, but now struggle with poverty, job loss, and shrinking populations. Streets that were once busy are now quieter, and the future feels more uncertain by the year. But on the other side, just a few hours away, you find a very different world. Towns that are growing fast, safe, prosperous, and highly desirable for people trying to build a better life. The question is, how can one state produce such an extreme contrast? Just a few miles from the glow of Pittsburgh, Braddock feels like a different world, quieter, heavier, and full of traces of a past that has never fully disappeared. This small town was once the heart of America's steel industry, where Carnegie Steel Company built one of its largest mills. But when that industry collapsed, Braddock fell with it. Today, the median household income here is only about $37,800, one of the lowest in Pennsylvania. Many vacant homes still stand as reminders that the town's population has shrunk dramatically from its peak years. Poverty is high, and some residents still rely on government assistance to get by. Interestingly, Braddock briefly gained national attention when John Fetterman, who once served as mayor, tried to revive the town through a range of community projects. If Braddock shows how a town can collapse in the shadow of a major city like Pittsburgh, then Shamokin is a quieter version, more isolated and more like a place truly left behind by time. Located in Pennsylvania's coal region, Shamokin once lived off coal mining that never seemed to stop. The town was once full of activity. Jobs were available, the community was strong, and the economy moved steadily. But when that industry slowly disappeared, Shamokin lost its main foundation. Today, the median household income is only around $39,000, with a poverty rate above 25%. The population keeps shrinking, and many old buildings remain standing with no clear purpose. Unlike some other towns that still have access to major economic centers, Shamokin feels cut off, making job opportunities even harder to find. Bobtown goes even further, to the point where a small town has almost disappeared from the map. Located in the southwestern corner of Pennsylvania, near the West Virginia border, Bobtown was once a mining community that lived off the coal industry. Like many other towns in this region, everything changed when the mines began to close. But unlike places that were still large enough to absorb the damage, Bobtown was simply too small to survive it. Today, its population is tiny, and the local economy barely moves. There are not many businesses, no truly active downtown, and almost no visible job opportunities. Even for basic needs, many residents have to go to another town. What makes Bobtown feel different is not just poverty or the lack of work, but the lack of activity itself. The roads are quiet, the houses are spread far apart, and the whole atmosphere feels almost frozen. After seeing how Bobtown is slowly disappearing in silence, Shenandoah presents a slightly different picture. Larger, denser, but carrying a kind of pressure that feels more complex. Shenandoah was once a very active mining town. Immigrants from many countries came here to work underground. building a strong and distinctive community. But when the coal industry collapsed, that foundation weakened with it. Today, Shenandoah's population continues to decline, and many old buildings in the downtown area are losing their purpose. The median income is around $45,000, with a fairly high poverty rate. Shenandoah still has activity, but it is also shadowed by a relatively higher crime rate than many other small towns in Pennsylvania. If Shenandoah is still struggling under economic and social pressure, then Lansford shows another side of the same story. Sharper, especially when it comes to the job crisis. Located not far from the same coal region, Lansford also grew because of the coal mining industry. The town was once part of a strong economic network, where jobs were available and the community grew steadily. But when that industry collapsed, the impact was immediate, and the signs of it are still clearly visible today. With a median household income of around $44,000, Lansford may look a little more stable on paper, but the number that stands out is the unemployment rate, which once reached around 21%, one of the highest for a small town in Pennsylvania. If Lansford shows the direct impact of lost jobs, then Mount Union shows the long-term consequence, when a town can no longer keep its people from leaving. Mount Union was once known as a stable, small industrial town, with manufacturing such as brick plants and other supporting industries. But over time, many of those jobs disappeared or moved away, leaving a gap that has been hard to fill. Today, the median household income is around $40,000, with job opportunities becoming more limited. But the most noticeable trend is outmigration. Many younger people choose to leave, leaving the town with a population that keeps shrinking and growing older. If Mount Union represents a town being slowly left behind, then Canton feels like a town that still exists, but with no clear path to growth. Located in northern Pennsylvania, Canton is not a town that has completely collapsed, but it is also far from thriving. With a median household income of around $42,000, the local economy operates on a small scale, enough to survive, but not enough to truly grow. Jobs are limited, and most opportunities come from basic sectors like retail, local services, or other small-scale work. There is no major industry or significant investment strong enough to push real change. If Canton feels stagnant without a clear direction, then Reynoldsville takes that story even further. A town that is still holding on, but has depended on its past for too long. Interestingly, Reynoldsville was once known for its glass industry and small manufacturing that helped support the community. In its day, the town had a strong identity, jobs were available, and the local economy moved steadily. But when those industries began to disappear, the town's economic foundation weakened with them. Today, the median household income is around $52,000, with limited job opportunities and not much variety. Some local businesses are still surviving, but growth is barely visible. Nesquehoning presents a subtler challenge, a town that has not truly collapsed, but has never really stood on its own either. Located in Carbon County, not far from tourist towns like Jim Thorpe, Nesquehoning sits in a unique position. Geographically, it is close to areas that are growing. But economically, the town has lagged behind and tends to depend on activity outside its own limits. Many residents have to work in other towns, making Nesquehoning feel more like a place to live than a center of economic activity. Unlike Reynoldsville, which still carries the identity of its old industries, Nesquehoning feels like a town without any real engine at all. There is no major industry, no wave of growth, and no meaningful change. Honesdale feels a little different, not because it has no problems, but because it holds an interesting paradox. Honesdale is known as a small town with tourist appeal. It even has historical value as the birthplace of the first commercial railroad in the United States, a fact that still remains a source of local pride today. Visually, its downtown looks lively with small shops, restaurants, and a classic atmosphere that is genuinely appealing. But behind that, the economic reality is not as strong as it appears. The median household income is around $47,000, and local job opportunities are fairly limited, especially outside tourism and service work. Unlike the earlier towns that are clearly in decline, Honesdale looks fine on the surface. But when you look deeper, the town still faces challenges in building an economy that is truly strong and sustainable. But Pennsylvania is not only that, because if you move just a little, sometimes only 1 or 2 hours away, the picture starts to change. The streets feel more alive, downtowns grow busy again, and opportunity starts to reappear. This is where the story begins to turn. Lewisburg feels like the first easier breath, a small town that is not just alive, but clearly moving in the right direction. Located in central Pennsylvania, Lewisburg gets a major boost from Bucknell University, which serves as the town's main engine of activity. The campus brings in students, jobs, and new ideas, creating an atmosphere that feels much more dynamic than in many other small towns. The median household income is around $54,000, with a relatively low crime rate. Its downtown feels active, filled with local shops, cafes, and community events that continue throughout the year. But even with all of that, Lewisburg still has its limits. Its economy depends heavily on the university, and outside that sector, job opportunities are not as broad as in some of Pennsylvania's top towns. If Lewisburg thrives on campus energy, Lititz offers something different, a small town that has grown through charm, identity, and a character you can truly feel in its streets. Lititz is often called one of the most attractive small towns in America. Its downtown is neatly maintained, full of local boutiques, cafes, and active public spaces. The town also has a long history with the Moravian community, and that influence can still be felt today in its architecture and atmosphere. The median household income is around $88,000, with a very low crime rate. Unlike Lewisburg, which depends on Bucknell University, Lititz stands more on its own, supported by tourism, local businesses, and a strong community. What makes Lititz stand out is its balance. The town is not only safe and comfortable, but also has a clear identity, something many small towns rarely achieve. Phoenixville is proof that a small town can come back and even become livelier than before. Located not far from Philadelphia, Phoenixville was once a steel town that went through a sharp decline. But unlike many other places that never recovered, Phoenixville managed to pull off a major transformation. Today, its downtown is full of restaurants, breweries, and public spaces that stay active almost every night. Festivals, live music, and a creative community make the town feel young and energetic. The median household income is now around $102,000, with a relatively low crime rate. What makes Phoenixville stand out is not just that it is safe or growing, but the story of its comeback. The town successfully changed its identity from a fading industrial town into a vibrant small lifestyle hub. If Phoenixville is known for its comeback and new energy, then North Huntingdon offers something different: stability with almost no disruption. Located in the suburban area near Pittsburgh, North Huntingdon is not a busy town or one full of attractions, but that is exactly where its strength lies. With a very low crime rate, even with the cost of crime estimated at only around $86 per capita, the town has become one of the safest places to live in Pennsylvania. The median household income is around $101,000, with neighborhoods defined by tidy housing, solid schools, and a quiet community. There are not many dramatic changes here, and for many people, that is exactly the value of it. Unlike Phoenixville, which keeps moving and evolving, North Huntingdon feels more like a town that has already found its balance. Not spectacular, but highly consistent. Collegeville takes that idea in a more modern direction, stable but still growing. Located in a strategic corridor near Philadelphia, Collegeville benefits from strong suburban growth. The presence of Ursinus College also adds an academic touch, though it does not dominate the economy the way it does in smaller college towns. The median household income here is around $90,000, with property values continuing to rise, a sign that demand to live in the area remains very strong. Its crime rate is also low, making it one of the safer and more desirable small towns. Its downtown may not feel as lively as Phoenixville's, but the commercial growth around it points in a clear direction. This town is on the rise. Doylestown reached that point earlier and went even further with a quality of life that feels fully developed. Located in Bucks County, not far from Philadelphia, Doylestown is known as one of the most complete small towns in Pennsylvania. Its downtown is lively but still orderly, filled with restaurants, boutiques, and active public spaces without ever feeling too crowded. The median household income is around $100,000, with crime rates that have continued to decline in recent years. On top of that, strong schools make the town especially attractive for families. What makes Doylestown stand out is its balance. It is not as trendy as Phoenixville, but not as quiet as North Huntingdon either. It sits right in the middle, active, safe, and stable at the same time. Franklin Park takes that standard to the next level. Quieter, more exclusive, and more premium in feel. Located north of Pittsburgh, Franklin Park is known as an upscale suburban area centered on high quality of life. Its setting is dominated by upscale housing, neat roads, and broad green spaces, creating an atmosphere far removed from city noise. The median household income here is around $176,000, with a very low crime rate. This is not a town that feels busy or full of public activity like Phoenixville, but it offers something different: privacy and calm. Unlike Doylestown, which still feels lively in its center, Franklin Park leans more toward a modern suburban lifestyle, where home comfort and the surrounding environment are the main priorities. If Franklin Park already feels exclusive and quiet, then Cranberry Township goes even further with one especially striking advantage: a level of safety that is almost unmatched. Located north of Pittsburgh, Cranberry Township is often described as one of the safest small towns, not just in Pennsylvania, but nationally, with a violent crime rate of around 17 per 100,000 residents. It sits far below the national average. The median household income is around $125,000, supported by steady economic growth and modern suburban infrastructure. Unlike Franklin Park, which focuses more on exclusive quiet, Cranberry feels more active and more developed, with shopping centers, offices, and complete public amenities. What makes it stand out is the rare combination of extreme safety and rapid growth. This is not only a comfortable place to live, but one that continues to attract new residents. Fox Chapel sits on a different level, not just safe, but truly elite. Located in an exclusive area near Pittsburgh, Fox Chapel is known as one of the wealthiest communities in all of Pennsylvania. The median household income here reaches around $243,000, a figure far above almost every other small town in the state. Its setting is defined by large homes on spacious lots, quiet roads, and a very high degree of privacy. Crime is extremely low, making the town not only luxurious, but also highly secure. Unlike Cranberry Township, which feels active and expanding, Fox Chapel feels more closed off and exclusive, a place where quality of life is not just high, but protected by very strict standards. If Fox Chapel is the definition of wealth and exclusivity, then Westchester offers something more complete: a near-perfect balance of energy, economy, and quality of life. Westchester is not only safe and prosperous, but genuinely alive. The presence of Westchester University brings youthful energy into the town, creating an atmosphere that stays active almost all the time. Its downtown is one of the most vibrant in Pennsylvania, filled with restaurants, cafes, local shops, and regular community events. The median household income is around $80,000, with crime still remaining low, even though the town is fairly active. Westchester feels open and dynamic, a place where people do not just live, but truly engage with the place and with each other. And that is its strength. If other towns stand out in one or two ways, Westchester brings it all together: safe, growing, lively, and full of character.